Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making.
Alright, hey guys. I'm back with another video. Today I am having shrimp and grits. Right along with a story time. But before I start anything, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to give you guys a bite. Let you take the first taste. Good, right? Real good. Okay, let me take a couple bites myself. Matter of fact, let me do a thumbnail with it. Okay. Or just do a smile with it. Alright, I'm ready. It's so good. By the way, guys, got some Sprite. Good old Sprite. Another bite. Okay, today my story time is from a snack. It was really, really crazy. We had 2 law enforcement officers. Female by the name of Monique. Her boyfriend named Tony. He worked for Memphis Police Department. Been there 9 years. She was a correctional officer at one of the local jails. And she was pretty. You know, a lot of people, liked her. And they also liked Tony. He's a handsome young fella. They respect him in the community. So, one morning, Tony was supposed to pick his son up. That he had from one of his previous marriages. Tony didn't show up at his mom's house to pick his son up, so his mom, got worried, because he never done like this before. He was like, love his son. His son meant the world to him. So they was calling around asking anybody did see him. Nobody seemed to have seen Tony anywhere. Even his current girlfriend. Monique. So he never showed up that day. So I guess he was supposed to report to work. He never showed up for roll call. He was an outstanding employee. He didn't miss work. He would have been there. They knew something was up when he didn't show up. So they started looking around, calling family members, anybody asked if they see him. And they told him that he was missing. Nobody saw him. So, this is one of their own. They don't say nothing about that time frame. They're gonna look for their own. So they immediately start looking for him. Nobody had seen me sing Tony. The ex's current girlfriend. You know, they gotta ask general questions. Were you and him having any arguments? Anything going on between you guys that we should know about? Oh no, I love him. Everything was great. I love him. So, Lisa's like, okay. She started telling me last time she saw him, whatever. It said things didn't seem right, but just because it don't seem right don't mean you can arrest somebody. So they start asking fellow police officers, you know, do you guys know anything? This is now internal investigation. You guys know anything that we should know about? You know, what's going on with Tony? And one of the officers said, well, anything could have happened because Tony was married to Kayla. Monique was his current girlfriend.
Okay, you're gonna come soon. I just wanted to, before you, you should stop the video and, you know.
Yeah, Kayla was his wife. Monique was his current girlfriend. So, Kayla or Monique never knew anything about each other first. So one day, Kayla called. Now, mind you, Kayla and him been separated for like a year, 4 months. They were only married for 3, and they realized it couldn't work out. So, when that happened, she called him one day. Kayla called her husband one day. So they were still married. And Monique answers the phone and wants to know who is this. And Kayla said, no, who is this? I'm his wife. And she lost it. She went asking him questions. He explained to her, it's over way before we got together. That's why I didn't really tell you nothing about it, because it didn't mean anything anymore. So she, you know, she just let it go, let things go. They got back together. He promised her he would never ever do anything like that again to him. And he wouldn't cheat on her. Come to find out, one day, he was in the shower. His phone rang. Guess who answers the phone? Monique. Now, when Monique answered, there's another woman on the other end by the name of Kim. She asked her, what are you doing calling Tony? And of course, Tony was in a relationship with her as well for a couple weeks. So the cops took the records, you know, or Tony's phone records, and realized that Kim talked to him on the phone last. Well, Kim was the last one that called him, and someone talked to her. So when the cops went and found Kim, asked her the question, she was like, I told her, well, you the last one that spoke to him. And she was like, well, I never spoke to him. She said, but there was a woman answered his phone with other line by the name of Monique. Mind you, Monique, the same woman that answered the phone when the wife called. Yeah, so Monique started telling the cops, well, I never did get a chance to talk to Tony. I talked to the other female on the line and answered, like I told you, the same one I answered from his wife. And she asked me, what was I doing calling him? and all that. She lost it. She was going off. So the call ended. I don't know how the phone ended, but I heard a noise in the background. I heard a voice in the background. I heard Tony's voice. That's what Kim said. And they were arguing before I hung up. So she said, and after that, I didn't hear from him again. I was searching for him because I wanted to go jogging with him. That's what I was calling for. We usually go jogging together. So, with that information, the cops went back to Monique with this new evidence. And Monique broke down and started telling the truth because she thought she could beat the system because she was a part of the system. So, by the way, this is so good, y'all. Can't you tell? But she broke down, told the cops. She told them several stories. She kept changing the story, first of all. She told them that her and Tony got in those. After she took the phone from him, after she took his phone, he pulled up behind her in her car, in the garage, and came at her, lunged inside her car, through the car window, trying to get her. So he shot him. But she covered up because they was like, why did you cover up? Because they found his body in his Lexus, his own Lexus, which his license plate were off of the Lexus. He was in his Lexus for 4 days, deteriorating. 4 days she left him in there before she got caught. So she told that story, and then she said she had to try to play it, off. Her son helped her with the body. He didn't really know what was going on. So then, when they found her son, asked him questions, his story was a little different. So they came back to her son was only 16 years old, and she got him involved to help remove the body and put it in his trunk. So later on, she told the cops. Once the cops addressed her with that information the son gave her, she told them, okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was trying to protect my son. The altercation started inside my house, and it led to the garage. But she said she was trying to run from him once she had his phone, and he was attacking her, beating her. Once he was beating her, she ran to her closet, in which she had no other choice, and grabbed her gun and shot him. But when they did an autopsy, she shot him 6 times. 4 in the back, 1 in the head, and the other one's in the torso. So they said one of the shots, you had to be standing over top of him and shoot him to actually shoot him. So they looked at it like, this is execution style. You murdered him. And she told him she was afraid to come forward. He was beaten and doing stuff to her. She was afraid to come forward because he was a police officer and he was one of theirs. And they might actually, excuse me, they weren't going to believe her story because he's one of theirs. Why would they believe something that she was saying? They worked with this man for 9 years. So she said her son didn't really know too much about it, but he came home and found his body and laying out. And he said, what did you do to him? And she told him he was beating her, whatever. And of course, he's 16 years old. He wanted to help his mom. He helped them remove the body, put it in the trunk of his car. Come to find out, later on, they ended up giving him, the son, they just try to help him out. Like, they really didn't charge him with anything because he really didn't, he helped move the body, but they wanted to save career. Maybe he could do something with himself later on. But they were going after her for first-degree murder, which would carry a life sentence. But her defense team was not having that. They fought long and hard. She even got on the stand and testified in her defense that she was a victim of abuse. So, to make a long story short, once this case was over, they charged her with reckless manslaughter, which only carries a sentence up to 2 to 4 years. And guess how many years she had to do? 4. Which she already did 2 while she was going through trial. So that was credit for time served. So she only had to do another year. You know, they let you out for good time, early release, all that stuff. So she didn't really do too much time, and that was like heartbreaking for his family, for the prosecution team, for, you know, it was just, they were devastated. They couldn't believe she only got 4 years for murder. They said she killed him. She was abusive. They had old reports of her abusing him. The son even testified that his son testified that she burnt his, you know, she used to set his stuff on, like the oil, baby oil all over his shoes and beat him. She keyed his car up, wrote bitch on there and everything. Like, she was torturing him. But at the end, it came out as if she was the victim. But he was dead and gone. He'll never be able to see his family again. And so I'm just going to end this story now because it was a crazy one, but what can you do? She got her little 3.5 years she did it, and it was over. And he got life. His life is over. So, guys, this food was really good. The shrimp and grits, I'm telling you. I threw down just now, as you can see. I did share with you guys a little bit, right? All right. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can watch the next video. See ya.